After those pro-Palestinian protests that happened on campus last year. NBC4's Conan Nolan joins us now to break it all down. Conan.
That's right. Well, the cuts come from the National Science Foundation, the National Institute of Health, a whole host of federal grants that supply the University of California at Los Angeles with hundreds of millions of dollars worth of research. It's going to result in layoffs, ending of certain research, and some believe it will impact the health and public safety of not just Southern California, but the nation. It is the latest salvo in President Trump's war against higher education. The Department of Health and Human Services cutting an estimated $300 million in research grants to UCLA. The reason? Anti-Semitism stemming from the treatment of Jewish students during the anti-Israel pro-Palestinian demonstrations last year, where there were episodes of Jewish students being harassed, not allowed on parts of campus. Among them, Yitzi Frankel, a law student at the time, who was part of a lawsuit against the university, recently settled for over $6 million.
It's sad, but there has to be consequences. UCLA and many other schools treated Jews horribly. And there are other schools, Vanderbilt, Florida, Georgia, some Texas schools, just to name a few off the top of my head, that, didn't allow this to happen. The money should go to those schools.
But the federal grant cuts will be devastating to valuable research at the university, says Chancellor Julio Frank. In a statement, this is not just a loss to researchers who rely on critical grants. It is a loss for Americans across the nation whose work, health, and future depend on the groundbreaking work we do. Programs impacted will include everything from cancer research to the hunting of killer asteroids. Assemblyman Rick Chavez-Zubur represents Westwood. He's a member of the Legislative Jewish Caucus and was highly critical of the university's treatment of Jewish students last year.
This is really important research that the entire country and world benefits from, and frankly, using the federal dollars to punish political foes, perceived political foes of this administration, is wholly inappropriate.
Research is important, 100%. It is a worthy cause. But UCLA should not be trusted and should not be given federal dollars.
Governor of California just a moment ago, Gavin Newsom, weighed in saying that this makes our country less safe. It is cruel manipulation to use Jewish students. Real concerns about anti-Semitism. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.
Conan, is there any chance of an appeal or injunction or anything, legal avenue on this?
Yes, there's always a legal avenue. Whether or not they will able to achieve it is another question. But that has been part of the avenue in other elements of what the administration's been doing in terms of these kind of withdrawal of federal grant money. I have to say, though, it's not just about anti-Semitism. The Department of Health and Human Services and the Trump administration also says, listen, DEI is still being used on that campus, and diversity, equity, inclusion. We believe that is race-based, and that's in violation of the education code. In fact, the Department of Justice just this past week issued a statement saying that they believe UCLA is in violation of the U.S. Constitution.
All right, Conan Nolan reporting for us. Conan, thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, well, the California-based company behind the popular video